Solara, it's so good to see you in the garden again, and particularly on such a beautiful day. And I remember like 3 years ago there was nothing here, so maybe you could just replay for us what's happened over the last 3 years and how this has grown.
Yes, thank you. It's so nice to have you in the garden. We have done so much in 3 years. And the first year was mostly just planning and, creating a design and talking to all the stakeholders. And then in 2022 is when we did that first install of the Giving Garden here, rolling out the cardboard and bringing in the mulch and planting those first plants. And since then, we've expanded the Giving Garden by several rows. So now we have 11 rows here in the Giving Garden. And we've just recently planted the medicine garden, the Indigenous medicine garden as well, and put in 40 new rows in the market garden.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So that area up there now.
Yes, exactly.
Is it planted or it's still?
A lot of it is
planting?
planted.
And more lawn gone. This is fantastic.
Yes, exactly. Less lawn. This is the market garden. So we have 40 rows. There's 10 over there under tarp, and it's a new garden, similar to the Giving Garden. It's going to take a while for the soil to get sorted, but it's already growing. We have lots of onions growing here, and our potatoes are coming up. Yeah, we've planted 40 rhubarb plants, so got some perennials in there, so they'll be just growing away. I've noticed some of them are really taking off. They're getting quite large already.
So Solara, I mean, this is obviously a really special place, but what makes it so special for you? What makes the farm at RRU so special?
I just feel that I've met so many people, so much enthusiasm to see that lawn is now growing food for community. And I've also had some really amazing experiences with folks interacting with the soil, getting their hands dirty and planting things. Yeah, it's just been an emotional kind of unveiling of how this space is transformed.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other thing that makes this place so special is our community partners that we've created, and also the fact that this is now a living lab for students to come and do their research and to learn in this space. And so I think that is something that a university garden can provide that maybe other community garden spaces don't as much.
Yeah, well, it's an amazing example, I think, of the power of place-based learning, you know, and this concept of a living laboratory.
Yes.
And when you've been gifted this, you know, as your campus, essentially, on the lands of the Lekwungen-speaking peoples, I think we have this duty of sort of stewardship and taking advantage of where we are too.
Definitely, definitely, yeah.
What what are the new developments and what lies in the future here?
Yeah, so we have great plans. We, just planted the market garden this year, and we're hoping to just keep that going and bring in a farm stand, a mobile farm stand, where we can, sell produce, maybe just like other places on campus or off campus as well. We have our Indigenous medicine garden, and we're working with Indigenous Student Services to build land-based curriculum and bring students into the space. We are hoping to build a wash station and a potting shed, put in another polytunnel as well, just so that we can extend the season and have year-round sheltered space for volunteers and students to come.
Yeah. And what are the plans for the fruit trees here and potentially expanding the orchard?
So we're going to be planting a polyculture orchard, so that means a multi-species orchard. Lots more apples and pears and plums as well are going to be going in. Yeah.
So there, I wonder if you could tell me a little bit about the impact of this garden, particularly in terms of the impact on community.
Yeah, so in the first year we donated over 1,000 pounds of produce. Second year we doubled that, as well as increased our donations through the fruit. So we harvested over 2,000 pounds of fruit last year as well, and donated that out to community. So that's going to different community organizations who are providing free food boxes to low-income immigrants and seniors, single parents, as well as community kitchens like the Rainbow Kitchen and the community fridge downtown. We've also started bringing produce to a fridge here on campus and created a community fridge here on campus. So I think that in terms of the volume of produce, that's increasing, and now it's going to probably triple this year, or maybe even more, with the market garden.
So the Giving Garden, as you've said, has expanded, so we anticipate there'll be a lot more food in terms of pounds of food into the community.
Yes.
And now we've got a market garden, which gives us an opportunity to actually sell some produce.
Yes.
What is the use for the Indigenous food and medicine garden as well?
Yeah, so that garden is a learning space, and we'll also be working with elders to come in and teach about the medicine and food that's growing, and then be able to provide that medicine and food back to communities as well.
Back to communities as well.
Yes.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, we've got some amazing species growing in there.
Yeah.
I'm excited to show you.
Yeah. And this is such an incredible space, and I know there's so many people out there who would like to make a contribution. So how can people kind of dig in here, and how can they donate?
Yeah, so we have our Vision in Bloom campaign that's ongoing, and people can donate that way monetarily. They can also donate their time through volunteering. We have volunteer sessions open to the public and staff and students Tuesdays and Thursdays from 11:30 to 1:30. And we're beginning to launch our workshop series. So we have our first free workshop coming up on May 18th. And so people will be able to come, I'll tour them around the space, and they'll be able to learn food growing techniques.
Well, that's incredible. So just a big kind of shout out to the community. Come volunteer your time and your energy. You can donate money. It will help, of course, support all of this incredible work. And
Definitely.
what an amazing place to make a contribution.
Yes, agreed. Yeah. So I've got some beans that I'm about to plant if you want to help me. Okay, so...
Okay. So what beans are these?
These are called Blue Lake beans.
Blue Lake beans.
Yes, and they're a bush bean.
Yeah.
So we haven't put irrigation in these rows, and last year they did really well even without any irrigation.